Fruits. Some are a total win for diabetes, while others, well, not so much. We've all heard the good versus bad food talk before. Every fruit has its benefits and can still fit into your diet, whether it's weekly or just when they're in season. The trick is that some fruits can cause your blood sugar to spike, and if that happens too often, your average blood sugar levels could rise. Even though fruits have health benefits, their sugar content can be a bit of a double-edged sword for those of us managing prediabetes. Do you feel like your food choices are getting smaller? Don't worry, we've got you covered. Today, we're talking about 5 fruits you should be eating and 5 you might want to avoid if you have prediabetes. But before we get into it, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more health tips. Now, let's go. First up, let's look at the fruits you should be eating if you're managing prediabetes. 1. Apples. If you're looking for a tasty fruit that's kind to your blood sugar, apples are a great choice. Apples have a glycemic index, GI, of 28 to 44 and a glycemic load, GL, of about 5, both of which are considered low. This means apples have a minimal impact on your blood sugar levels. The glycemic index is like a speedometer for carbs. It tells you how quickly the carbohydrates in a food turn into sugar and hit your bloodstream. So, a high GI means a quick spike in blood sugar, while a low GI means a slower, steadier rise. Now, glycemic load, on the other hand, is like the full picture of how that food affects your blood sugar. It combines the GI with the actual amount of carbs in a serving, giving you a more realistic view of how it impacts your blood sugar levels. Think of GI as the speed of the sugar rush and GL as the total impact of that rush in a real-life serving. Apples are also loaded with fiber, which is great for controlling blood sugar. The fiber in apples slows down how quickly your body absorbs sugar, helping to keep your levels steady. On top of that, apples are rich in antioxidants like quercetin, which can help improve your body's response to insulin. Plus, they contain polyphenols, plant compounds that may help slow down the digestion of carbohydrates and keep your blood sugar from spiking. So, while it's necessary to enjoy apples in moderation, adding them to your diet can offer some sweet benefits for managing prediabetes. 2. Berries. When we talk about berries, we mean blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, and strawberries, the whole lot of them. They're in the low GI range of 28 to 40. And just as we said earlier, this means they won't cause rapid spikes in your blood sugar. Their GL typically ranges from 2 to 7.2, so they're also low on that front. What makes berries notable for managing blood sugar? They're loaded with antioxidants like anthocyanins, which can increase insulin sensitivity and help lower blood sugar after meals. Eating berries regularly might even reduce the initial insulin spike after eating by slowing down carbohydrate absorption and decreasing glucose availability. These antioxidants also help protect your pancreas from oxidative stress and inflammation, preserving its function. Moreover, berries are a great source of fiber, which can delay how quickly your stomach empties and slow down glucose absorption, leading to smaller spikes in blood sugar after eating. Research shows that incorporating berries into your diet can lower risks of inflammation, type 2 diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. 3. Cherries. Cherries might just be one of the sweetest deals for managing diabetes. They have a low GI of about 22 to 25 and a glycemic load, GL, of around 4, meaning they won't spike your blood sugar quickly. With antioxidants like anthocyanins, cherries can help fight oxidative stress and inflammation, which are often higher in people with diabetes. Plus, they're a good source of fiber, which aids digestion and supports better blood sugar control. A 2014 study found that both sweet and sour cherries, along with cherry extracts, helped lower glucose and microalbumin levels and even boosted creatinine output in diabetic rats. Just remember, even with their benefits, moderation is crucial. And it's always a good idea to check in with your healthcare provider for personalized advice. 4. Kiwi. Kiwi has a GI of 50 and a GL of about 7.3, and we've established that fruits with such moderately low values have a low impact on blood sugar. This fruit also has fiber, which plays a role in managing blood sugar. Plus, one medium kiwi is usually a perfect serving size. A fun fact is that adding kiwi to your diet can boost your vitamin C, which is linked to improved blood glucose control and lower insulin resistance. Some studies even hint that kiwi might change your gut bacteria for the better, although we need more research to fully understand this. But for now, Enjoy kiwi in moderation. It's a delicious way to support your diabetes management. 5. Avocados. These creamy fruits contain healthy fats, potassium, and folate, all of which are healthy for your heart. They can help you keep a balanced diet and maintain a healthy weight, essential for managing diabetes. Recent research has even shown that swapping some carbs for avocados can have impressive benefits. In a study with overweight or obese adults who had insulin resistance, eating avocados daily for 12 weeks improved blood sugar levels and led to healthier eating habits. It also reduced markers of cardiometabolic risk. So, adding avocados to your diet is a delicious way to support your diabetes management and overall health. Now, let's talk about the other side of the fruit bowl. While there aren't really any bad fruits for people with prediabetes, some can cause your blood sugar to spike more quickly due to their higher GI and GL. That doesn't mean you have to avoid them entirely. Instead, try to keep things in moderation and balance. Pair them with proteins or healthy fats that can help slow down the sugar rush and keep things in check. So, here are 5 fruits you might want to be cautious of if you're managing prediabetes. 1. Watermelon. A juicy, refreshing, and hydrating watermelon sounds perfect, especially on hot days, right? But for those with prediabetes, this summer favorite comes at a cost. Its high GI of about 75. Now, don't get us wrong, watermelon does offer some benefits. It's packed with water, fiber, and vitamins, but it's mostly carbohydrates, specifically natural sugars, with very little protein or fat to slow down how quickly it hits your bloodstream. So, if you're prediabetic or diabetic, it's about balance. Pairing watermelon with a source of protein or fat can help prevent sharp blood sugar increase and still let you enjoy this juicy fruit. 2. Pineapples. Pineapple can be a bit tricky if you're watching your blood sugar. While it's naturally sweet and packed with vitamins, it also contains a fair amount of sugar and carbs, which can lead to increased blood sugar levels if you're not careful. Take a thin slice of pineapple, for example. It contains about 16.3 grams of total sugar per just 1 cup of pineapple chunks. The thing with pineapple is that your body digests its sugars pretty quickly, which is why it's more likely to cause a glucose spike than slower digesting foods. Now, for canned pineapple, 1 cup of drained pineapple chunks has about 28 grams of carbs, but if those chunks are packed in heavy syrup, the carb count is even higher. And even 100% pure pineapple juice without added sugars has about 13 grams of carbs per 100 grams. The juicing process breaks down the fiber, so the sugar hits your bloodstream faster than it would with whole fruit, which makes a large glass of pineapple juice a fast track to a glucose spike. So, whenever possible, pair it with some protein or healthy fats to help balance out the sugar rush. 3. Banana. Bananas tend to get a bit of a bad reputation when it comes to managing blood sugar, but they aren't all created equal. The sugar and carb content of bananas actually changes as they ripen. Green, unripe bananas contain more resistant starch and less sugar compared to the fully ripe, yellow ones. That resistant starch acts more like fiber. It's not fully digested in the upper digestive system, which means it doesn't cause the same kind of blood sugar spike. In fact, the GI of green bananas ranges between 30 and 50, keeping them on the low end of the scale. If you love bananas but want to keep things balanced, try pairing them with a healthy fat, like almond or peanut butter, or some pistachios, sunflower seeds, or walnuts. 4. Dried fruits. Dried fruit can be part of a healthy diet, but when the water is removed during the drying process, the natural sugars become much more concentrated. So, even though dried fruits like apricots, raisins, pineapple, and dates contain nutrients, they also pack way more sugar per bite than fresh ones. This means that the portion size for dried fruit needs to be much smaller than for fresh fruit. One thing to watch out for is dried fruits with added sugars, and always keep an eye on portion sizes. For example, just a handful of raisins can contain as much sugar as a whole piece of fresh fruit. If you're mindful of portions, dried fruit can still be a quick and convenient way to get some extra fiber and antioxidants without sending your blood sugar level up. 5. Canned fruits. Canned fruits can be a sugar trap, especially when they're preserved in sugary syrups. That said, not all canned fruits are off the table. Look for those canned in water or their own juice with no added sugars. Just a little label checking can make a world of difference for your blood sugar control. Managing diabetes definitely requires some planning, but it doesn't mean you need to say goodbye to fruit altogether. Be smart about your choices. Look for fruits that are lower on the glycemic index, high in fiber, and loaded with nutrients. Thank you so much for joining us in today's video. If you enjoyed this informative session, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to stay updated on all things health and wellness.